body lies a moldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. His soul goes marching on. Everybody sing. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. Yeah, John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. His soul is marching on Daily Antidote of Song. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? I tell you, somebody's awake. Good morning, great afternoon, wonderful evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Happy journey to us all. I am Arnaé. I'm your host for this Monday morning edition of Daily Antidote of Song, which is lovingly brought to you every day by them good-looking people over at Carpe Diem Arts. Give them a hand. Give them an extra hand for the good-lookingness. You know, that never hurts. Okay, today is May 30th, 2022, and here at Daily Antidote of Song, we're wrapping up a month-long celebration of May. I believe it's day 785, but somebody's going to tell me. We've got a very special guest in the room today that I'm so excited, who's here to join us, to entertain, enlighten, and elevate us all. We will get to her after we say greetings to our Facebook Live family. Okay, you know the drill. To the left, up top, to the right, on the bottom. Hey, to the left, up top, or to the right, on the bottom. And you might as well do that to each other. Go ahead, go ahead. Love around the world, love around the world. I love it. And I always like starting out with hellos to Jojo Rossi, who's somewhere in the world. Let's give her a big hand for creating Daily Antidote of Song. We got Busy Graham. And then we've got our Zoom guru of the day, Aaron, is here. Good morning, Aaron, or good afternoon. I keep forgetting it's morning for me. All right, let's get started with the Zoomers in the room on a booming afternoon. Okay, y'all stay still. Be still. Don't move. All right. Here we go. Hello, Annette Perrone. As Arlene in Berkeley. Hey, good morning to Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Pauline in Newcastle, UK. Okay, how do you guys always manage to be right next door to each other? How is that? How does it happen? We got Sheila Ginsburg, good morning, and Martha Wagner, nice to see you, and Karen in Oregon, and my girl Susan G in Cincinnati, and Carolyn, yes, 785. I can't believe I got it right. Beautiful flowers this morning. So happy to see you. Oh, love to Joe. I love that. And we got Morning Cricket. Hey. And there's Deli and Storm. Hey. And Ruth in Birmingham, UK. And Baba James Harkless. I'm always grateful to see you, sir. Christiana, Miriam. And is that a little one? Oh, my goodness. I see little cheeks. I love it. Good afternoon. And Dan in Vienna. Bonnie in Boise. Nice to see you. Sarah Page in Texas is here. We got Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. And Luda. Giving me love in Victoria, BC. Good morning to you. Ann in Nashville. Steve and Michelle. Oh, and what's that you got? Oh, is it? Okay. It looks interesting. Whatever it is. Don't unmute. We'll come back to you. And then there's Amanda, Miles, and Alex. Who's Alex? You got somebody new over there? Good morning to you. There's Kate in Charlottesville, and Ann in Maryland, Ralph in Victoria. Okay, y'all are moving. Jamie in Victoria. There's Kat in Vermont. Hello. Deborah in the car going somewhere exciting. Diane, drinking water or coffee or something. There's Kevin in D.C. Disenfranchised. I can't see the rest of it. There's Kathy. Arapahoe County, I believe that is. Linda in Concord. Kathy S. in upstate New York. Good afternoon. Tom Tom Waits. I should say Tom Waits and his dog. Tom Waits. You ain't no dog. Oh, there is a dog there. Okay. Good morning to you. There's Harriet Dart. Hello. And I see one curly top. I see two curly tops. Shake those curly tops. All right. Kevin in New Hampshire. Good morning to you, my friend. Hoda in BC. Hello to you. Jane in Texas. Nancy with the moo cow. Okay, y'all are moving too fast. There's Becky in BC, and there's Susan on the iPad. There's Gary Powson, who always has solutions. Aloysius somewhere in the world. Susan's iPad. Pauline in Newcastle. Karen in Oregon. Loriana and Company. LMG. Joni. Sherry in New Hampshire. A lot of New Hampshire folks here. Caroline in DC. I think I know who that is. We got Gwen, and we got Suzanne in St. Ange. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the room today. Give yourselves a hand. Day 785. That's incredible. So happy that you are here for this special day. Not only is it Monday and it makes it special, but it's also the acknowledged Memorial Day holiday here in the U.S. When I was growing up, it was called Decoration Day. Anybody remember that? If you remember it, put it in the chat. Now, I remember my grandmother telling stories about this. This is my grandmother who raised me. But I've gone back and, because I'm a reader, the remembrance started, the earliest start of this remembrance happened with newly freed Black Americans who were living in Charleston, South Carolina. They went and dug up the bodies of Black Civil War soldiers that were buried at a mass gravesite at Confederate prison camp, and they properly reburied those bodies and gathered together on May 1st, 1865 in a ritual of remembrance to commemorate those heroes. The fascinating part of this story is that nearly 3,000 Black children who were now enrolled in freedmen's schools were carrying armloads of roses and other flowers, and they laid those flowers on the graves while they were singing what? John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave. His soul goes marching on. So that is the Decoration Day that turned into Memorial Day. And for those who are interested in knowing more about this, I'm putting links in right here. Here we go. Where we go. Where we go. Where we go. Here we go. There we go. Decoration Day. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have this wonderful song leader who is making her return trip to Daily Antidote of Song. I first met her, I think it was in April. She is a wonderful educator. She is an incredible vocalist, an amazing song leader, and a super serious activist who's coming all the way from across the pond in Norwich in the UK. Everybody, you already know and love her. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up for the incredible Siân Croose. Siân, open up.
Hi.
Hey, Siân.
What an amazing introduction. That might be the best introduction anybody's ever done for me.
Oh, it's all true. How are you feeling today? How you feeling?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, really good and fantastic to be here, and really amazing to hear the context of today's Memorial Day, which of course I wasn't really aware of. I knew it was a special weekend, but yeah, thank you for and I think I'm glad I've chosen the song I've chosen.
It's perfect. So tell us about the song. Just tell us the name of it, and we can get into the history of it later. But just, yeah, tell us about the song.
Okay, so like all singers, there are singers that you hear and just open your world in an extraordinary way. And Bobby McFerrin was a singer like that for me. Just hearing his music, I saw him on a program that used to be on TV in the UK called The Tube, doing just a solo. This was a program for like bands and big bands, big names, that kind of thing. And he was doing a solo, just him sitting on a stool, doing his body percussion and singing all the parts, knitting them together. Just one man, one microphone, one chest, and it was just so extraordinary. So I've been a big fan ever since. Seen him quite a few times here in the UK, and this particular song, it's off an album called Bang Zoom, and it's called Freedom is a Voice. And when I heard it, I just thought I'd love to share that somehow with the singers that I sing with, the choirs. So I've done a really simple version of the piece that people can join in with. But you can hear the full amazing arrangement that he does on his album, and I think there's a link in the chat that can take you to the original song. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm going to
Okay, so teach us our part. Teach us our part.
Okay, so so bass line goes dum ba dum dum ba do ba do ba dum ba 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 dum ba do ba do ba dum. So it's that walking, climbing, and then back down again, okay? Melody, the first melody is freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit for the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit for the people who are strong. One more. Freedom is the voice, freedom is the song, freedom is the spirit for the people who are strong. So that's the melody. And then you can stack up the harmonies if you feel like it. So you can sing, freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit for the people who are strong. And then freedom is a voice, freedom is a voice, wherever you want to go, okay? So I've recorded the parts, and then there's one little counter melody that I couldn't resist putting in, which is the same words, but just a little melody that comes in at the end, and you can do that if you feel like it. So it goes, freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit for the people who are strong. So you'll hear that coming at the end, but it starts off with that. I'm just going to retune. Dum ba dum dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum. And that goes all the way through. If you feel like doing that all the way through, you can. Okay, so I'm going to share the track, and here it goes like this. Can I still share tech? Hopefully, am I a host? Okay. Here we go, great. So this is on my trusty GarageBand. Spent a lot of time on this when we were all doing Zoom choir and recording all the parts and having choir at home, but we're actually singing in real life again now. So I'm going to play the parts, and you'll hear them come in one at a time, and there's a little bit of a percussion track from the virtual percussionist. So here we go. Dum ba dum dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba. Freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Doom ba doom 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 ba do ba do ba doom ba doom 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 ba do ba do ba doom ba doom 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 ba do ba do ba doom ba doom 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 ba do ba do ba. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong.
Doo-ba-doo, ba-doo, doo, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo. That's my part. That's my part. Everybody, give Sean a hand. Wow. That's a wonderful arrangement, Sean. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was a perfect addition for today. So, Sean, when we last met, your film had just been received warmly at the Richmond International Film Festival. Is there a link that can be provided so those who were not here can go back and revisit that, please?
Yeah, there's a the festival's on. I think it starts next week, and you can go and see the film by following the link on our to the website, which is in the chat, I think, which is the Voice Project, and it'll tell you a little bit about some of the work that I do with my colleague John Baker, who I run the Voice Project with, and part of that was making in lockdown we made a film with singers from all over the place, mostly from the UK, some from Ireland. But these three sisters, I think I told this story last time, these three sisters who joined us, one from Virginia, one from South Africa, and one from the UK. And these three sisters were all part of the project. So when we entered the Richmond Film Festival, that was my special kind of ingredient that hopefully persuaded them to have us. And they did. So yeah, so we're really, really excited. And we're up for Grand Jury Prize, which is apparently what happens in the film world. But I've never been in it before. So yeah, it's exciting, really exciting. And it tells the story of a lot of people's experience during that lockdown period in the winter here, where, the days were short and especially for people who were living alone and, out in the countryside. This is a big rural area, it was a lifeline, I think, for all of us to be able to connect sometimes up to 4 times a week on this project. And the film came out of that.
Wow. So, okay, lockdown happens.
Mm,
People are inside. You got to figure out a way to connect with your choir. And
yeah.
and that's how you discovered Zoom.
Yeah, I think we did it also right at the very beginning. We made another film, Arc of the Sky. And here, at that point, there was a real contrast because the weather was amazing. It was beautiful. It was sunny for months and months and months. And yet, we were all experiencing this really strange thing. And what's happening now is now we've gone back to real life singing. We're doing a version of Arc of the Sky, singing these songs that have never been sung in real life because all the music's new. And so we're coming back 2 years later. And so instead of the film of the show, we're doing the show of the film, which is mad. And but it's good. Yeah, one in Suffolk and one in Sussex in Brighton. So we got two choirs.
Incredible. So you were busy. Are you all back to singing inside or are you singing outside? How are you doing it?
Yeah, we're singing inside in bigger spaces with fewer people and more frequent rehearsals. And yeah, and some people are still, we're still running online. So some people come to online rehearsals because they're not sure about coming back yet, and that's fine. That's why we wanted to carry on doing it. And it also means that people can join us from further afield. So yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And upcoming, you've got a few things. There's a Black Lives Matter Composers Project. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, and I think last time I was here, we just reached our kind of first fundraising target, but we've absolutely smashed it and got a grant from the Arts Council in the UK, who are right behind it all. So that's really good. It means that we're going to be able to offer a weekend of singing to song leaders who've contributed and choirs that have contributed to the project. So we're going to be doing that in October, where we bring Kathy Bullock's going to come to the UK. We're going to kidnap her
That's
for a
gonna-
bit, and
that-
she's going to run with Fran André, who's and a couple of the composers. We're going to run a weekend to teach all the music to the song leaders, who are then going to take it out into the world. And so yeah, it feels really exciting and great to start this project, start this community, start this kind of way of shifting something, even in a small way. It feels like a good thing to be doing.
It feels big. It's not a small way. It definitely
Yeah.
feels big. 'Cause I've just
Yeah,
started.
Arnaé, we're really looking forward to working with you and for you to be writing us a song because I
I,
absolutely love your
I
music.
got,
It's
I got,
amazing.
I got two for you. I got two for you. It'll be good.
Wow. Okay, thank
So,
you.
what else is coming up? What are your plans for the summertime? Well, it's yeah, because we're spring, we're moving into summer. So,
Yeah.
your plans for summer?
Yeah, well, as I said, we're doing the shows, which are the show of the films, and so yeah, we've been working really hard on that. And a lot of what the music I do and the performance stuff I do is it's all open access, unauditioned choirs. So people, every show we do has people who are literally singing for the first time. And sometimes those are older people who've literally never sung in public, some and then people who are real, really experienced. And we what we do is we do a thing called choral theatre, which is where we go to a place and we animate it with singers. So it's usually a promenade performance. So we walk around or hide singers, or singers come along on bicycles, or hide behind trees or up trees even. So we're doing our first show in this amazing place in Sussex, which is it's a kind of typical what we would call chocolate box village, English chocolate box
Okay, what
village.
does that mean?
Thatched houses, green lawns, English country gardens, that kind of thing. So we're going to be taking over the village and singing in all these different places.
So,
So.
well, okay, I'm curious. Do the people, the city leaders, they know this is happening, or is it just a spontaneous, like you just arrive and become this theater project?
We ask in advance.
Okay.
We ask in advance, and then we ask them permission to use different places in the village. We keep our fingers crossed that they say yes. And then we do. In fact, I've just filled in a form saying exactly what it is that we're going to do, and the parish council are going to have a look at it, and hopefully, let's just will everyone, please, will. It'll all go ahead, and it'll be fine. And Jenny from Suffolk, who I can see on my screen, Jenny is in the project, and Jenny is
Oh,
a stalwart of the project. She's in the film. She's written poems for the project, and yeah, so yeah, we've got about 100 singers involved. So
my goodness. Okay, I'm curious now. Do you develop a project based on the singers that you have, or you come up with a project and then you find singers for it?
yeah, I mean, we've been going for about 15 years as the Voice Project. So every project has a kind of core of people who've done it before. And then add on to people, and sometimes it's like some of the audience who saw the last show will come and be in the next one, and vice versa. And we usually, John and I, come up with a theme. So we keep them simple, like Arc of the Sky is the show, and it's all about a bird's eye view. So every song is about that relationship with the kind of height, from the ground upwards perspective, scale, those kinds of things. And Orlando Goff is this other composer that we work with, and he's amazing. He's written 12 songs about skylarks, and that's for the show, they're all tiny. They're like beautiful little miniatures. Yeah.
And so, how are people arranged? You have altos in one section, sopranos in another section. How do the voices all come together?
To start with, when we rehearse, so that they get to know the music really, really well, but then we might just spread them out and mix them up. Yeah, it's a pretty eccentric project, but yeah, if you go to the website, you'll see some of the images of some of the shows that we've done, and you'll get the idea. It's a kind of, yeah, it's just a wonderful thing to be doing, and
Incredible community project. And are there people of all ages? Are kids involved?
no kids, but there are. It's kind of from 18 upwards, and I think our youngest person this time is about 20, and our oldest is some way over 80. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Incredible, incredible. And you filmed this, of course. So how were you able to film all of the moving parts? If
No,
people
we don't. Yes, we don't film the live projects.
Oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
film we made as a film, so that was kind of different. But the live projects, and that's what I love about them in a way. They just happen and then they're gone. You know.
Wow, they're just memories. And everyone has a different memory based on where they were, what their part
Exactly.
was. But then you know all of the moving parts.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, and that's what I love. And also, when you're working outdoors, I mean, some of the stuff's outdoors as well, and then we go into a church and whatever. But outdoors, you never know who else is going to join the show. What birds may arrive? What we had planes flying over. We've had cows. I mean, sometimes you get things you don't want. We had a disco in our show once, which weren't expecting,
at
but
this point. Wait a minute.
we're
What
in
happened?
someone else's house. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, but you just keep focused, and it's all going to be fine. But yeah, and partly the serious part is about getting. It's about there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of land in the UK we're not allowed to. Everything's owned. And so part of the motivation of doing some of these things is to get more of us into these amazing places, kind of just taking a bit of ownership, if you
That's
see
right.
what I mean.
That's
You
right.
know, so we get to work in amazing buildings like cathedrals and stately homes, and we get to do things that we would never normally be allowed to do. We go places, we sing things, we
Okay.
occupy. It's a bit occupy, if you like.
Oh my goodness. I see another movie, Sean. I see another movie, the making of the making of the making of.
Yeah, exactly. That's on its way.
Wow. That's incredible. All right. And so when does that happen?
So we've got two shows, one on June the 11th in Alfriston and one on July the 2nd in Blythburgh in Suffolk. And yeah, so I'll let you know how it all goes.
Please let me know. I'm going to put my email in the chat for you to connect because, we got to talk. We got to talk.
Yeah,
All right, Sean, can we please have the song again? It was
absolutely, absolutely, and do go and listen to the master, Bobby McFerrin doing this because it's an amazing arrangement. So yeah, so here we go. I'm going to share again. Share the computer audio. Here we go. And I'll get us back to the beginning of the song. So yeah, just a little reminder. We've got our bass line. Dum ba dum 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 ba do ba do ba dum ba dum 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 ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba do ba do ba dum. And then you just got the basic melody. Freedom is a voice, freedom is a song, freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Okay, and then the other little bits. Okay, so I'm gonna start playing this. Are we all set?
all right.
Okay, here we go. is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is his voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is his voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong. Freedom is a voice. Freedom is a song. Freedom is the spirit of the people who are strong.
Okay, that's in my head all day.
Dum, dum, ba-do, ba-do,
I
ba-do.
didn't realize I was open that whole time.
You were right in there.
Oh my God. Okay, that's my new jam. That's my new jam. Everybody, give Siân Croose a hand. Incredible project, incredible stories. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your talents, your heart, your wonderful artistry. I'm so fascinated with this project. One of these days, I'm going to be up in a tree. I'm coming over there, especially
Yeah,
to
you'd be so welcome.
be in a tree, just watching
Yeah,
it go down.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thank you so much, Siân. Everybody, give her a hand.
Thanks for having me. It's been wonderful, wonderful to be here.
Thank you, thank you. And tell Fran I said hi. We'll see
I
each other.
will. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Everybody, let's take a breath. That felt good. That felt good. Okay, let me check in real quick. Are there any announcements? Are there any announcements? Is Aaron's here? Okay. Okay. All right. I guess they're not. Well, before we say our final goodbyes, I'm going to ask anyone who is here for the very first time to please put your name in the chat, put where you're from, and how you found Daily Antidote of Song. And one of these days, you're going to get a very, very special welcome from the creator of the series, Joe Rossi. Okay, I think it's time to say goodbye to the Facebook Live family. See you all next time. Bye. See you later, alligator.